Welcome to the Women Living Well After 50 podcast. I'm Sulon Carrick and I'm passionate about inspiring, motivating, supporting and informing women over 50 to embrace this exciting time of life. Health and wellness in mind, body and spirit are the foundations for living well, but there is so much more to a life well lived. Each week, through conversations with my guests, I'll be presenting topics that will help us all to live well and enjoy life. So join me as we discover new ways to become women living well after 50. Are you ready to start living? What are you waiting for? Let's get started. Welcome to another Micro Mondays podcast, resetting our life for the week ahead. Now, I want to talk this week about, we've been talking about mental health or mental well-being in May, and I want to talk about the trap that we can all fall into, which will really mess with our head, and that is comparing ourselves to others. Now, I'm guilty of that, and I really haven't yet met someone who isn't guilty of that thing, but it does really affect you if you let it, and it can as I said, mess with your head. You become so fixated on that you forget about enjoying life, and you forget about how good you are and what your unique qualities are. So to start with, I want to share a quote with you. It's unknown. I'm not sure who wrote it, but I've come across it a couple of times, and it's very timely for this topic that we're talking about today. And that is, the quote is, "Your journey is not the same as mine, and my journey is not yours. But if you meet me on the path, may we encourage each other." And that's the secret, isn't it? It's not about comparing ourselves with each other. We don't know what journey any of us are going on. We only know our own journey in life. And once you start comparing yourself to others, you can become very discontented with life. Your self-esteem is affected. You start to doubt yourself. You don't have self-belief. You start to move inward instead of living your life. And it's really a waste of time. The trap of comparing ourselves with others can also lead us to start to become bitter, or we start to pull other people down. Now, here in Australia, we have the tall poppy syndrome. If people are succeeding, others like to criticise or pull them down for what they're trying to do. And really, that's not what it should be. We should be embracing others and their successes, and yes, perhaps learning from them and what they do. But at the end of the day, it's what we do as individuals that matter for what is right for us, what we do that is right for us. And I've talked about this before, where we read in social media or in articles or listen to podcasts where we're told you should be doing this or you should be doing that. This is the right diet to be on. That's the right diet to be on. This is what you should be doing for a healthy life. This is what you should be doing for your life. Now, it's all well and good to take advice and to read and to grow and expand our learning. But what you have to do is take those pieces of advice and see what works for you, because it's no point trying to live a life that is not authentic. You know in your gut if something is right for you, that gut feel, and you might be trying to be someone who you aren't. And really, that is just too tiring as far as I'm concerned. For me now, and it's taken me a long time to realize this, but for me, what you see is what you get. And I like to concentrate on what I do and try my best at what I do to achieve the goals for me that are right for me. So I want you to think about that today, because social media can really play a part with that. We see people posting their perfect lives on Instagram or in Facebook. And yes, I do that too. I like to post images that are positive and that are the good things in my life. But that doesn't mean that I don't have struggles, I don't have challenges, because I don't believe there's a person on this earth that doesn't have challenges or struggles in their life. it just depends, I suppose, where you are in your life and what that particular challenge is, the varying degrees. But social media can certainly play a part in making us want to compare ourselves. We'll see someone put something up and we'll go, I wish my life was like that. Well, it's no good wishing. If you're not happy with your life, you need to change it. And only you can do that. You can get help in making the changes from someone like me. I can help you in making those changes, but only as a supporter. I can't actually do it for you. And that's what you need to remember, that if you want to make changes in your life, that's great. Go ahead, try, write down what you would like to do and how you're going to do it, and go for it. But the other thing is, sometimes we make some changes and we find that they're not working. There's no harm in saying, okay, I've been down this road, don't like the path I'm going on, hasn't turned out the way I wanted it to. There's no shame in saying, I won't be following that anymore. I'm changing direction, because it all comes down to what's right for you. And you don't worry what other people say. Whatever you do, you should always be putting your best interests first. We've all got our talents, and it's just a matter of finding what they are. We don't have to be setting the world on fire. We don't have to be celebrity. What we do in our own life, how we live our life, we might be influencing others, influencing our family, our children, our grandchildren as role models by our actions and what we do. And that brings me to the point that if we compare ourselves and our self-esteem is low, how can you expect others to have respect and think well of you if you keep pulling yourself down? You've got to show that self-esteem, that self-belief, and that self-confidence, which will come. You just have to believe in yourself. Now, I want you to do this week. Firstly, I want you to think today of how special and unique you are. And what are the unique and special things about you that people love? You might even want to ask your family or friends for their opinion. Might be a brave move for some, but just think about that, because what you can do is build on it. So this week, I want you to think about 5 things in your life that, firstly, think of a couple of things that people love about you or like about you. I want you to look back over your life and think of some times when you've achieved something. Doesn't matter what it is, might only be small. We're not judging the size of the success, because success means different things to different people. But I want you to think about that. What have you done that you were proud of? Focus on that, write it down, and see if you can come up with 5 things. And I want you to read that every day, put it up on the mirror, and just remind yourself how special, beautiful, and unique you are. Now, before we go, we'll go to our meditation for the week. Now, before we start the week, let's take a moment to reset, and I'd like us to join in together for a 1-minute meditation. I'll be including this at the end of every episode of Micro Mondays, just for us to be able to start the week calmly and with focus and looking forward to the week ahead. So I want you to sit in a comfortable position or lie in a comfortable position. I want you to close your eyes. And we're going to take 1 minute where I want you to just try and clear your mind to prepare for the week ahead. Letting your breath inhale slowly and exhale slowly. Calming the mind, slowing down the breath, and focusing on you. Now slowly letting your breath come back to normal. Slowly open your eyes and welcome a new day and a new week. Now, if you've enjoyed this Micro Monday episode, please leave me a comment and share it around. I'm sure there's other women who would benefit from listening to the conversation today. And also, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And until next time, remember to live well and enjoy life. Bye for now.